It does not have to be a new year, a new you. It just has to be a healthier you in the new year, you guys. Make sure you check down below in the description box where you can find the links to TLC products, including the ISOT, the Nutraverse, the Life Drops, the Resolution Drops. There's just so many things there to help you in burning fat and staying healthy. There's even the new immune tea, which I'm going to order. So I can't wait to try that. And I hope they get the sea moss back. But I do love the sea moss from Mint and Ocean. I'm sorry, it's supposed to be a commercial. Yes, okay? Get those TLC products from me. And do not forget that my biggest life change has been through Kiara LASHAE, Team LASHAE, ifyoucanmove.com. You guys get cute little outfits from Peja and Amari. You also check out Just Move supplements because she is helping us with the energy. Okay, this is the energy supplement. Love it. Okay, just got my protein. Gonna get me some after I work out. So yeah, y'all, down below in the description box, support. So you guys are always asking me where I get my glasses from. So I thought I would finally give y'all a real little ad, okay? Firmoo, I can't see, bitch. Okay, I'm just playing. I'm just joking. These are my new Firmoo glasses here. Super cute, right? They are prescription because I'm like totally blind. And I got these matte ones that I think are really dope. And I felt like they would go good with the fact that I no longer have hair. You know what I'm saying? But either way, you guys can use my link and give me credit and get you some glasses from Firmoo. Sorry, y'all know I'm weird. Whatever.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondy Blue. So let's go ahead. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondy Blue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video, right?
Hey. Listen. What's going on, y'all? How y'all doing? Listen, I clicked myself on camera and then I was like, bitch, you need earrings. What is going on? Y'all, I didn't put nothing in my hair. Like I'm just I don't know what's going on today. But that's okay, because I still wrap this shit up. I still wrap this shit up, B. Okay, what's going on? How y'all doing on this good Tuesday? Okay, it's a really good Tuesday. Y'all, we have some things to discuss. If you did not know, we have things to discuss. Oh, yes, because child, people just be trying to stress me out. That's how I feel. I feel like social media, as great as it is, like, you know, I've turned it into a business. Amaze balls, yes. But it's also a place where you want to stab and the stab and the stab. Like, on God. On God, it's problematic in these streets. People are saying things. And I think it's so funny when people say shit like, oh, it's just that person's opinion, as if opinions can't be toxic and or detrimental. That's wrong. I was trying to see if that was the right one that I had pulled in, because I'm going to show y'all this screenshot before. I mean, you know, this little, you know, information that y'all need to know for this evening on Jamie That's Me's chancel. Okay, let's go to the OneDrive. We have to go to our, you know, you guys, we're professionals. We have a fucking OneDrive. Okay, y'all. Child, y'all know I'm slightly traumatized after the last interview that we did. So I'm trying to recollect myself, bitch. I'm trying to recollect myself. Let me download these updated versions that I keep forgetting to put in here, because as soon as I sit down, it's like, so what's going on in the show? What do you have to do for this damn show? Okay, that's how I be feeling. But y'all are okay, because a lot of the times y'all be taking all day to come see me anyway. Y'all be late for the video anyway. So y'all will be okay for a second. Shout out to Anila from Married to Medicine. She is going to be on the Ooh Ladies First panel this evening, tonight, 8 p.m. Central Time, okay, on Jamie That's Me's channel. Okay, make sure you come and see us tonight. Okay, also don't forget, Ashley's going to be on Jay Lee's Corner with us for our regularly scheduled program in the Ooh Ladies First panel on Thursday nights, 8 p.m. Central Time. I am excited for her to be on the channel. Super duper excited. Love her. Think she has amazing energy. Shout out to Ashley. I can't wait to see what Jamie has planned for us for the Anila interview. It's going to be fun balls. So make sure that you see us tonight. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into the topics, okay, because there's like almost 300 of you in the room, and I feel like that's a good place to start. Can y'all do me a favor and like the video and don't be haters, because there are some haters in the room that came just to dislike my video and hate on me, and it's like, well, you gave me the view anyway, bitch. Pat yourself on the back. Y'all, let's go ahead and start with what's at the top of my mind, which is the consistent pushing. And this is how you know how y'all homophobic people say that they pushing the gay agenda on y'all when they show y'all gay people in any, you know, form of media. Well, I feel like y'all are pushing rape culture on me and trying to make me think it's okay for people to take advantage of women with this bullshit that y'all putting out there on social media. There are a lot of y'all that even be in my comments making excuses and trying to find ways to break apart this understanding we now have of the man who is William Cosby. We are not talking about Cliff Huxtable. We are talking about William Bill Cosby. Okay, Felicia? Felicia, we're not talking to Claire Huxtable. We're talking to Felicia. We're talking to Bill. That's who we're talking to. We're not talking about the mom and dad that you grew up loving on that TV show. They were not real. Some of y'all don't know that, and some of y'all act like y'all know that, but the energy y'all have about people y'all have never met tells me that you really don't have that understanding. Okay, and I know y'all are gonna say, well, Bondi, none of us are this crazy. Are you not? Are you not this fucking crazy? Hey, Erica De Niro. Hey, love, how you doing? Okay. Naturi Norton, okay? Child, we be defending Naturi Norton and her lack of motherfucking edges to 50 Cent. That was an opinion he had. He had an opinion about your edges. And we still came to your defense, bitch. And then we come back, and here you are, okay? Why are black people so quick to hashtag cancel each other? Y'all, I cannot stand when we make things about black people that it's not about being black or white. Like, this is literally a human issue that men seem to have across the board. Okay, across the board in countries all over the world, in societies, in different countries all over the place, y'all think it's okay to take pussy that does not belong to y'all, or to play with it, or to do stuff to it while it's not really, coherent. I don't really know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It feels fugazi going on. I don't know. And people are playing with my nether regions. That is not okay. All right. So if you want to argue semantics about what you think Bill Cosby did, please do me a favor and go read a motherfucking article. You can find them anywhere. Even if you don't want to read them off CNN, Google the case and then come back and talk to me. Don't talk to me with what you understand about Bill Huxtable. Heathcliff Huxtable. Okay? Don't come and tell me what you know about Cliff Huxtable. Please don't. Because you don't know not a motherfucking thing about Cliff Huxtable. Why, y'all? Why do we not know anything at all about Cliff Huxtable? You know why? He's not a real person. I read a comment. Y'all love to distract and bring up other shit when we are literally talking about one subject. Stay on task. We are allowed to have different opinions, and it doesn't make you anti anything. Bitch, I be with y'all until y'all be problematic. Okay? No, ma'am. You are not going to use this argument in the society that we live in. The energy that y'all put out there says that it is okay, it is a-okay for y'all to victimize women, not believe them, call them liars, and ignore the facts that this happens to women all of the time. And even the women who want to argue with me about whether shit has happened, shit has probably happened to you. And you want to argue with me about the possibility that a powerful man uses his power, okay, to touch and feel and do whatever he wants to do to women, as if that is not something that men do in this country, all over the place, all over the world, every day, all day. We have entire countries where y'all think it's okay for y'all to like gang people. Okay, y'all, I'm doing this because I don't want to say, but y'all know what I'm saying. Like, we have to go to places and make it illegal for y'all to do these things because y'all think it's okay. I mean, the argument I'm even hearing from people like Judge Joe Brown is that because something was acceptable and legal, 30, 40 years ago, that means we should be happy that this person is free and roaming around to be more problematic on social media. Is that what we want? See, that's the thing. If Bill was going to stay quiet, I've said this. If Bill was going to sit in his motherfucking house and not say anything to anybody on social media or just the promoting of bullshit, we're going to get to it. But Naturi, we talking about you right now, ma'am. The hashtag that says the Cosby Show changed lives. Now let me come back on screen so that y'all can see my dismay. The Cosby Show changed lives. The Cosby Show changed lives. Okay, let's break that apart. Can we break that apart for a second, people? It's in the middle of the day. I got energy. I did my cardio already today. Let's break that apart, shall we? The Cosby Show changed lives. So that means I stand with Felicia Rashad because she stands with Bill Cosby. Naturi Norton, just say you stand with Bill Cosby, bitch. Say you stand with Bill Cosby. What the fuck his show got to do with this? His show has nothing to do with this. But if you want to say that, let's go ahead and break that apart. So because his television show was influential and positively affecting Black people, letting them know that they can be doctors and lawyers and have beautiful, like 7-bedroom brownstones in, Harlem, New York, wherever the fuck Bill Cosby and them lived. Like, yeah, okay. They showed us beautiful art on the walls. They showed us beautiful jazz music. They exposed us to so much. And yes, they affected change in the world in a positive way. Yes, they did. But then behind the scenes, you affected individual women, 58 that I can think of right now. You affected them negatively with the way you moved in the world. So, Tory, let me ask you something. Because I have a question for you. There are a lot of racists out there. People that go and stand outside of black people's houses and call them monkeys and niggas and scream and holler to the top of their motherfucking lungs. They hate black people. They hate that you in their neighborhood. And they just feel like they have every right to be in front of your house, letting you know that they hate you because you black. Okay? Y'all have seen this, right? Okay. So let's say that man that y'all was so happy that black folks showed up on his doorstep to exact justice on him. We were all happy, bitch. We all smiled and had a warm feeling inside when we saw all of those black people show up outside of that white man's house. Now, let me ask you a question. What if we find out that that white man saved a dying baby? A white baby, but a baby nonetheless, okay? A fucking baby was about to die, and this man saved the baby's life. Are y'all, hey, the man saved somebody's life. Let him attack black people in front of their houses because he saved this baby's life. He changed that fucking baby's life. That baby's life is forever changed because of this racist man that is now standing outside this man's house screaming and hollering at him to the top of his fucking lungs. Do you see the analogy that I just gave you there? Did you pay attention to the way that I broke that down so that you can understand how one thing has absolutely nothing to do with the other? And while we talking about that, for everybody that feels like because Howard feels that there is some way that they should handle this very, a sensitive situation that may not be Felicia Rashad keeping her job. Now, I don't think they're going to fire Felicia Rashad. That's not even what I would ask. Okay. Because I just don't like to ask that. But I would like to point out that Felicia Rashad is the dean. Am I correct? Is she not the dean of theater? Of the theater arts program at Howard University? Y'all just gave her that job. We were so happy about that. We thought that was fantastic because she is an actor, because she is a thespian. But let me draw this correlation for y'all right quick. College campuses tend to be hotbeds for rape and men drugging women and taking advantage of drunken college girls. So let me ask you a question. How are the girls on campus supposed to feel when Felicia Rashad defends Bill Cosby? So when fucking Damon, who plays basketball, drugs her and fucks her at a party, am I supposed to believe that the dean of my department is going to give a fuck? She's a dean. She's the dean of a college where it's very possible for young women to go through this. And Stephanie Mills, I'm sorry, ma'am. We don't do refunds. He's already given the money. We're not giving a motherfucking thing back. Because to be very clear, people like Bill Cosby spend millions of dollars in tax write-offs so that they can look like a good guy. Meanwhile, they doing nasty, dirty, repugnant shit to people. But it makes them feel better about the fucked up shit they know they doing by giving millions of dollars to Howard University that needed that money. You want me to tell the HBCU that's probably struggling in the first place, because a lot of HBCUs struggle in order to keep their accreditation, in order to keep money flowing in. Like, it's just more difficult for them than it is for some of the white universities. You want me to tell them people to give millions of dollars back to William Cosby because we've all of a sudden decided that we are not okay with what he did, and anyone vocalizing their support for him getting away with what he did? This comes from the same set of black people that be wanting y'all to cancel every racist white people. I mean, every white person. I never understand how y'all feel like the way men in society treats women is not the same as the way white people treat black people. I don't understand why people can't get that. I don't understand why you can't think in your mind, hey, if I was a woman and I decided to go to a party and get fucked up, okay, all right, I made a bad decision, but does that mean I deserve for somebody to take advantage of me in that moment? I don't think so. I think that makes that person just as fucked up as they were. Like me making a bad decision not to protect myself as much as I possibly could have does not mean that that person is not wrong for taking advantage of me in the moment. So Felicia Rashad, yes, it was a great miscarriage of justice for them to even make the deal in the first place in 2005. That was a verbal agreement that if he testified, they would not charge him based on what he testified. Correct? That's the only reason he totally let go of his Fifth Amendment right and spoke on the situation. And what he said was problematic enough for a jury to convict him. The only thing that got him off was the money his lawyers had to say, we gonna find somebody in a court somewhere that's going to uphold this deal that y'all made. Because then we gonna start bringing up all of the rich white people that y'all have done this shit for. $58 women, y'all. 58 people can say, and even more than that, can say something about somebody. You are absolutely right. And it could still not be true. But if you actually go and listen to some of the shit that Bill Cosby says, he is an ignorant ass old man who is narcissistic and has gotten away with everything he has wanted to do in his life. He has gotten away with it and he feels empowered by that. And y'all continue to empower his mindset. And then by then doing so, you empower all of the young men who are being raised in this rape culture that tells them that it is okay for them to do whatever they want to do with women's bodies, because who cares what that bitch had to say? She was right, Judge Joe Brown? They're groupies. And I know what y'all think Judge Joe Brown was saying. I know y'all think Judge Joe Brown was saying these women wanted that. And then after the fact, now they've decided that they didn't want that. I need y'all to understand something. I need y'all to be very clear on this. If someone is drugged, they cannot legally motherfucking consent. So if they decide thereafter that that's not what they wanted to happen, they are within their right to say that because they were drugged, therefore could not give consent. There are many of y'all that do drugs and get fucked up and then y'all fuck people and y'all are fine with that. That's you, bitch. That's you. If Charlamagne's wife wants to be okay with him putting Spanish fly in her drink, fucking her, and then later on marrying him, that's her business. But for the other women who feel like, no, I am not okay with you doing this to me just because I came to this party and took a drug. Like, excuse me, last time you know what's so funny? It would be so funny if we had 58 men saying that, yeah, man, I went to this party and I was getting loaded. We was all smoking weed and I passed out. And when I woke up, my asshole was sore. That's not what I signed up for. And do you know, I would love for a woman to turn around and say, well, I mean, you did smoke the weed. So obviously you weren't really worrying about what was going to happen to your ass. I would love to see Judge Joe Brown, Bill Cosby, and all of the men that think this way. I would love to see this happen to you. Remember, you smoked the weed. You took the drug. It doesn't matter that you didn't want that. Like, all that matters is that you showed up in those gray sweatpants and babe, it was time to go down, down, down. I didn't want you to fight me. I didn't want you to argue with me. I didn't want you to be able to change your mind. Would that be okay? Would that be okay, Judge Joe Brown, if we did that to you? Because you often get fucked up and drunk. Doesn't he often have DUIs? He's a whole judge. And every time I turn around, there's a picture of him somewhere looking fucked up because he's just gotten arrested for drinking and driving. So if you had gotten drunk at a bar and a lady put something in your drink and took you home and took advantage of you and you woke up with your old ass asshole sore and you were upset about that, I mean, Judge Joe Brown, you the one that got drunk. I like to flip these things and see how y'all feel about them when we say it, when it's not women that it's happening to. Because apparently if you have a skirt on, you don't deserve respect or people to respect your boundaries and, you know, not try to do things to you while you're under the influence. And I would just like to say, for everyone that continues to mention Charlemagne in the comments, even though we're not talking about him, Charlemagne is a direct descendant of Bill Cosby. And what I mean by that is that mentality that was okay in the 60s and the 70s and the 80s and even the fucking 90s, and hell, even when Rick Ross came out with a song and said that was something he would do to a bitch. Yeah, that was okay during all of those times, apparently. Y'all allowing that to be okay back then is a why Charlemagne did that in the 90s, which is why a lot of these young boys do this shit now, because you niggas told them that was okay. And y'all refuse to rectify the situation. Even when we're on national television, Judge Joe Brown cannot gather himself enough to just say, yes, if a woman is under the influence of a drug, she can no longer consent legally. That may not have been the case when Bill Cosby was doing this to people, but ultimately the facts are the facts that is wrong. And our legal system is just catching up to the fact that is wrong. Now, that's what a sane judge would have said. But y'all are in the comments bigging up Judge Joe Brown. Okay. I hope none of y'all daughters ever have to deal with a judge like Judge Joe Brown if something like this happens to them, because they'll look at the girl and tell her that a fucking skirt was too short, and that's probably why this happened to her. Y'all think all of this shit is okay, and it's not. It's really, really not. Something's wrong with all y'all, and I have to say that, and I mean it, and I don't give a fuck how you feel about it. Thank you, Kelly Ruzon. He touched me without permission, without my permission. Not cool. Bill Cosby? Didn't you say Bill Cosby did that to you, Kelly? Thank you for the super chat, love. Thank you, Leah Lanier. Boys will be boys. Can't be an excuse for poor behavior. Why are men entitled to women's bodies? Thank you for the super chat. And that is an excellent question. And that's what we're talking about. Bill, not Joe. Gotcha, Kelly. Thank you so much for the super chat. But I understood because I feel like we talked about this in the live before. Thanks for virtual healing via YouTube and IG. Y'all check for it. Thank you, Blue Jasmine. I appreciate that. I have to get these things off my chest because I be in the comments reading some of the things that people say, and I'm about to stroke out just listening to some of the ignorant shit that y'all are okay with perpetuating online because y'all are behind keyboards. A lot of the men that I've seen, a lot of the young women that I've seen talking, I don't feel safe around y'all. Y'all always asking for meet and greets. If I see any of you motherfuckers in the comments on some of these posts the way I do, I will never, ever, ever go anywhere because I will not give y'all the opportunity to slip something in my drink when I was looking at my fucking phone. And then when you do something to me and I go to the police and say they did something to me, and everybody that saw the person did do it to me gonna tell me that it was my fault because I shouldn't have been looking at my phone when they slipped me a Mickey. Not going anywhere. Okay, not going anywhere, not doing anything. Okay, Bill Cosby continues to lash out. He told Howard University, you must support one's freedom of speech. Mrs. Rashad, which is taught or is supposed to be taught every day at that renowned law school, which resides on your campus. Like, this is why I didn't want Bill Cosby to be free. This is why I wasn't rejoicing in him being free, because now his ass is going to be Black Donald Trump on Twitter, just running his fucking mouth. Diarrhea of the mouth. The 83-year-old comedian also lashed out at the mainstream media, calling news outlets the insurrectionists who stormed the Capitol. Sir, did you really just say that? Did you really just say the mainstream media are the insurrectionists, y'all, let me get that word right, who stormed the Capitol? Those same media insurrectionists are trying to abolish the Constitution of these United States America on this Independence Day. Oh wow, he's doing a lot of gaslighting and you know, soapbox standing. No technicality. It's a violation of one's rights, and we the people stand in support of Miss Felicia Rashad. Let me explain something to y'all. It is not a violation of one's rights for them to have to reap what they sow. And what I mean by that is Felicia Rashad had every right to defend Bill Cosby in private. and not on social media. Once you let the university know and let probably a lot of the girls in your program know that you wouldn't give a fuck about them if something happened to them, because in your mind it's okay for men to do what Bill Cosby did, or you have the type of mind that'll ignore what is right in front of you because it benefits you to do so. So yeah, I think that it's problematic for her to be there. They've decided that they want to like put her through some type of like program. I don't think it's going to do anything. If they want to keep her in that position, that's their prerogative to do so. But I also feel like if she were to get fired, that is within their legal right to do so, because I'm sure there's a clause in there somewhere that says they're not supposed to do things that embarrass the university. Okay, I'm sure it's in there somewhere. Okay. And it shouldn't just be used when someone's gay or smoking weed or doing any of that shit y'all don't like for people to do. Y'all respectability politics, black people like Bill Cosby and Felicia Rashad. Okay. Thank you, Maya. Hi, Bondi. Maybe I missed it, but when are you DPIG married to medicine? I don't know what any of that means. There was no episode of Married to Medicine this week, so there was no review. There will be one when there is an actual episode. Thank you so much for the super chat. Hey Devin, thank you for the super chat. Should one rapist be free because another is? That is problematic. That's a problematic way of thinking. Yes, and y'all often bring that up too. White people do it. The fuck? They shouldn't be doing it neither. Okay, but this is what Felicia Rashad said. She said, dear students and parents, because somebody must have made her realize what that statement would have meant to the people that she is teaching to. This week, I tweeted a statement that caused so much hurt and so many people, both broadly and inside the Howard community. I offer my most sincere apology. I have since removed the upsetting tweet. I am sorry. I intend to earn your trust and your forgiveness. My remarks were in no way directed towards survivors of sexual assault. I vehemently oppose sexual violence, find no excuse for such behavior, and I know that Howard University has a zero tolerance policy toward interpersonal violence. Okay? Thank you for voicing your concerns, for speaking your truth, and for holding leaders accountable for our actions and words. So let me ask you a question, everybody that wanted to stand with Felicia Rashad. How do you feel now that she's backpedaling and pussy popping? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know how y'all feel about that. Because if you think that what she did was not problematic, something is wrong with you. I don't feel safe. I don't feel safe around any of you motherfuckers. Sorry, the first review. I'm at work. Thank you so much, Maya. There wasn't anything that happened on that reunion. What am I supposed to? We interviewing Anila tonight. We interviewed Heavenly. We talked about things that actually happened, in that interview, regardless of whether people liked it or not. We actually did talk about the shit that happened on a reunion that we thought mattered. But the first reunion show was boring. I don't feel like it was owed my personal attention, in all honesty. I gave that interview my personal attention, and that was all y'all was going to get for the week as far as Married to Medicine was concerned. Because after I was over it, it was boring anyway. So what else am I talking about? But when they have the part 2, if they give, then I'll talk about it. But that part 1 was a snooze fest, and y'all know it. Okay. The only thing that was worth talking about is the same shit that's gonna pick up when they come back for that second part, which is Contessa and Scott. Okay. But let's go ahead and move on. Child, I was gonna read to y'all about how Issa Rae was confused for Tory Norton, because y'all know all black people look alike. So somebody thought that Issa Rae was Tory Norton, and she said, I'm gonna roll with this. I said, yeah, until the other day when Tory decided to align herself with bullshit because the Cosby Show changed lives. Ma'am. Keely tried to get her together. Keely tried to get her together, which I thought was so funny. And then, Tory comes right behind that with, finally, she tells the truth. Ha, worrying about me. You done told on yourself. Bitch, we all knew that she threw that chicken at you. Okay? We all knew that Keely threw the chicken at you, Notori. We're aware. We don't care that she threw the chicken at you, Notori. That is of no importance. Okay? That is of no importance. What bothers me is that all you chicks have kids, y'all have daughters, and y'all may be put in a position where y'all have to choose between a man you think you love or a family member that you love and your child who says this person did something to me. Y'all will be left to choose between your children and those people. And like y'all did with Bill Cosby, y'all will choose that person and y'all will not choose y'all children. And I want all of y'all to go to hell. I think people should go to hell for stuff like that. Buffy spoke on Contessa and Scott and said she knew about this because her assistant has seen Scott in the clubs alone. I know. I saw she did a video and she came back for the, you know what? I really do like Buffy. I would love to have Buffy on our show. Buffy looks like she would be a good time. But yeah, y'all, it's just a shame what I'm seeing out here. That's all. It's just upsetting. Let's go ahead and move on from there. So do y'all know about Miss Jones, the radio personality? I feel like I have not seen or heard about that lady in so long. Well, y'all, Miss Jones was on Drink Champs and she told them, okay, and I'm not gonna leave it up here too long because I don't know who, I don't know who they work for or what goes on with Drink Champs and all of that. But I do know that y'all be trying to stop people money, and I ain't got time for that. So I'm just gonna go ahead. I'm gonna do that right quick. So y'all can't hear anything, can y'all? Yeah, no, the sound is off. Okay, I was just making sure. Radio personality and former R&B artist Miss Jones is continuing to spill alleged behind-the-scenes tea. While appearing on Drink Champs recently, Miss Jones spoke on Mary J. Blige, Sean Diddy Combs, Busta Rhymes, and Tina Knowles. The radio personality first spoke on Mary J. Blige, claiming that she can't sing. Child, that would not be the first person to say that. Here's the thing. Mary J. Blige has a very soulful voice. And I think in these past few years, she sticks her notes much better now than she used to. But back in the day, Mary used to be drunk and high during a lot of her live performances, therefore fucking up her notes, fucking up her singing, fucking up her voice. Now that she's older and takes better care of herself, honestly, I feel like she performs way better than she used to. But yeah, back in the day, people would say that all the time. So it's not like she's lying about that, but everything is up for interpretation. She is still the queen of hip hop and R&B. Additionally, she revealed how Diddy allegedly played a role in their beef by supposedly stealing her style for Mary J. Blige. So here, y'all, I actually just watched the Mary J. Blige documentary, and y'all know they say Misa Hilton and Diddy were the ones that pulled together the looks to make her the, the New York girl. We know y'all probably stole that from somebody, okay? But it's all about, we see people doing stuff and we want to do it too. And it was the time. So Ms. Jones, cut it out. You weren't the only one wearing door knockers and, being Giddy Girl fabulous. Calm the fuck down. But she said, so here's my thing. Technically, maybe Mary's not the most perfect singer. Who the fuck is? My issue with Mary, because everybody knows that I've had an issue, and I'm realizing now it probably shouldn't be at Mary as much as it should be towards Diddy. Mary's first album, if you remember, was all like jazzy songs, a couple of dance songs, but it was mixed. It was remixed to sound like a mixtape. Diddy had gone to Ron G and asked Ron to do my style for Mary. Ron said no, because Miss Jones is my artist, and that's the style I'm using for her. Diddy went behind his back, took the whole style. Okay, so they actually beat us to the punch, and I always wound up looking like I was trying to sound like Mary J. Blige. Child, that's some bullshit. And I honestly, I believe that that's what probably happened. A lot of times Mary J. Blige can't sing. I love her on Power nowadays. You don't have to be able to sing, and that's what I've learned. It's not about singing, it's about emotion. That was shade. She didn't mean that at all. Then Miss Jones was asked if conflicts over features during her R&B days ever spilled over into her radio career, which is where I know her from. To this, the radio personality revealed that she held a bit of a grudge against Busta Rhymes for not giving her a feature despite allegedly having sex with him. You played yourself right there, ma'am. You played yourself. She said, I would have slept with him anyway, just to be clear. He wasn't like an asshole like that, Busta. You already know. But to his defense, I was never like considered a hot R&B artist. But at that time, they wanted heat matches heat. He would get with R&B group Zayn and do a song. I'm like, am I not doing it hard enough? Like, what can I do? So later on, when I was like rocking in radio, it wasn't just, oh, Busta Rhymes is coming up tomorrow. No, he's not. We'll get back and let Busta know when Busta can come. Busta, you probably didn't know that, but I still love him still. So yeah, you were definitely letting your emotions fuck with your career. Gotcha. That's why we don't see much of you right now. Okay. Segueing from music stars, Miss Jones proceeded to speak on a famous musician's mama, Tina Knowles. The radio personality claimed that because she spoke poorly of Beyonce during a parody while they were in the radio station, Tina Knowles was ready to scrap. Okay, Miss Jones alleged Beyonce's mom, she wanted to fight me, a child. No, I'm not a child, but she wanted to fight me. She came to me in the studio. Well, stop playing with people's kids. Okay, stop playing with people's kids. These allegations come as Miss Jones claims she had a threesome with Tupac and Moni Love. Do I believe it? Probably. Moni Love looks like a lesbian and Tupac looks like he likes a good threesome. Okay? And who would not? Who would not? That's all I'm saying. Thank you, Devin. Miss Jones was crazy back in the day when I used to hear her, and everything she would have going on. I have not heard from her in so long. For them to bring that up now, I just think it's hilarious. I don't know what she may have going on, but she over there spilling all of the tea. Okay. And I'm listen, I agree about, I love Mary. I love Mary, and we gonna always love us some Mary around this way. But we all know that for sure, Mary didn't always have the best performances. Okay. And y'all, people used to hate Beyonce, y'all. People used to hate Beyonce back in the day. And I think that's the time that she's referring to. That shit was not okay because she is a kid. Y'all was doing way too much. But ultimately, that's why that lady came and tried to whoop your ass, because you was playing with her daughter. And that's just that on that. Okay. I haven't spoke on this, but Tabitha Brown reading the shit out of Wendy Williams for coming for her retiring her husband. It was the nicest, nastiest read I had heard in a long time. Let's get a little snippet of that right quick, y'all. Can we do that? Let's do that. Let's do that right quick, because I hadn't talked about that.
Yeah, right. Very good, honey. I was up doing a little work here. So I got my pajamas on in my office, and then my phone started going off, like praising people. It's like, "Oh, you're Wendy Williams." First of all, Wendy Williams, honey, God bless you. God bless you. Okay.
God bless you, bitch.
So people sent me a little clip, and I said, "Oh my God, the pain this woman must be in. The pain you must be in." And I'm so sorry. But listen, let me tell you this. 23 years I've been with my husband. Yes. Broke a very long time together. Struggled a very long time together. Mm-hmm. Succeeded for the last couple of years together. Mm-hmm. Right? Mm-hmm. My husband took a job in agreement with me. He took a job 15 years ago to help support my dream. My dream, you may not know what that looks like.
Because your husband was a user from the very beginning, bitch.
Very good, honey. I was up doing the work.
Hold up. Do we need to go to the next? We need to go to the next. Okay, we need to go to the next one.
Place, right?
You don't know nothing about that, because Calvin is online right now calling the mistress his soulmate, even though he's never going to marry her because he wants to continue to probably get alimony from you. Never mind.
Right now, I was his dog in the fight, okay? And he believed in me. And we did it together.
I know that's right.
15 years.
Good for y'all.
I did every year with him at LAPD, and he did every year with me with rejection and no's in this entertainment industry.
And it's tough. It's tough. Some people will give up on you.
God has blessed me.
Never could have made it.
To manifest. I've been praying on this for a very long time.
Girl, you better manifest it.
And it has now come to pass.
I know that's right.
That is the power of God.
It is.
It's also the power of allowing God to be first in your marriage.
You don't know nothing about that.
And that is how it remains successful. We keep him first. He's first in our marriage.
All right.
Not genuine money.
Not money. Not business.
Not success.
Not success.
He's first.
But the Lord.
Okay? So this is my prayer for you.
I'm gonna pray for you, evil ass bitch. Real love that loves you in those Daisy Dukes and those knock nibble knees. Yes.
To see you.
Under all the wigs.
To see
under the big ass titties. To see you.
To see you when you need compassion. To see you when you need.
So you don't end up alone in your apartment like Grey Gardens, because that's what you gave on your documentary, bitch.
pray that type of love finds you. So
I
that
pray.
You can understand.
I hope.
Why? I don't want my husband to put his life on the line anymore.
Okay.
Wearing a bulletproof vest.
Okay.
You don't have to.
Okay.
Even if that's not his desire.
Come on,
I
common
love him
sense.
enough.
Come on,
And I
common
want him to be
sense.
safe, and I want him to money, coach children the way he wants to.
Okay.
He has a nonprofit.
Help the children, because he has a nonprofit. Help the little ones, Wendy.
What I do know is a 9 to 5 or a steady job takes away time for creativity.
Don't it
Takes
though?
away time that you want to pour into your real.
Look at me since I quit the news station.
To be able to pull out of that 9 to 5 and pour everything into their purpose, their passion. Ooh, my goodness. Why would we dishonor God? He blesses us with the ability and the way to be able to do so. Oh, honey.
Oh,
I'm excited about that.
Ain't you? Girl, I am too.
Love finds you that excites you. The way I am excited about my husband being able to grow his business.
I know that's right.
To pour into children, continue to coach these kids.
Okay.
The other things he's coach children the way he wants to. About, ooh, honey, I pray this type of excitement and love finds you and anybody else.
Okay.
Who seems to not understand this.
Okay. All you miserable bitches that can't seem to understand what I am putting down. Lord, won't he do it? Yes, he will. Yes, he will. Won't he do it? Won't he do it? Won't he do it? Won't he do it? Yes, he will. Listen. Bitch, we had to revisit that read. That was an excellent read. I take my hat and my mic off to you. I take my hat and my mic off to you, Tabitha, because, ma'am, I would have just called her a miserable old bitter dried up bitch and went on about my day. But you gave her and us the read that we did not know that we needed. Okay, y'all, let's move on to something that's not as positive.
Well, let me speak of T.I., he got a bunch of new charges right
now.
Y'all,
I hate Boosie. Listen.
They allegedly sexually assaulted some women. They're saying there's drugs involved. There's a man that came forward too who's claiming sexual assault.
I don't really want to comment on my dog, but you
don't want to comment on it?
I feel his lies.
Oh, you do?
I feel a lot of.
Am I surprised?
Because if T.I. and Time ask somebody to come with them fly to in the Rolls Royces. You gonna fly? Nobody ain't gotta try hard. Nobody gotta drug.
Oh.
If anything, you might try to drug me.
Oh.
You ready to put your feet on this carpet in this Rolls Royce?
Oh, he thought it was funny. All right, let's talk about it. I don't even need to hear no more. Let's talk about the ignorant shit that Boosie said before I go. Okay? Because Charlie didn't want me out today. This is my first YouTube super chat ever. I love your channel. Your commentary is funny yet real. Get them 100K. Thank you. I appreciate that so much. Black Nitinka. Child, y'all know what y'all be doing with these names. Thank you so much, love. I appreciate that. Boosie. I mean, I expect this from a man that thinks it's okay to force sex on his 12-year-old son so that he can be a man. Yet you still paying for the little motherfucker. All right. Okay. Boosie, this is a part of the problem. And you know what, Boosie? I'm not even mad at you because I had to understand this as well. Just because somebody is sexy, somebody is rich, somebody is famous, does not mean that everybody wants to have sex with them. Even if they think they want to have sex with them, they can get to that moment and decide, you know what, this don't feel right. No, thank you. And guess what? You slipped them a Mickey, so now they can't get up and walk out because you have now taken their choice away. I hate to bring it back around, but you know we're talking about T.I. and Tiny, and their situation is very similar to Bill Cosby. So Boosie, I understand what you mean, sir. I actually do. And I had to get myself together with this because I had to let Mystical go. I love Mystical, but Mystical has now been arrested and went to jail for physically, violently, sexually assaulting 2 women. He went to jail. He got out. We thought it was cool. He did it again. He went back to jail. We was like, we can't fuck with Mystical no more, correct? We can't do it no more. No more Mystical shows at the House of the Blues. We can't be there. We can't go. And I thought the same thing. Why would he have to do that? You know why? Because something is wrong with that nigga. And that's what I need for y'all to understand. Everybody is not sane. Everybody is not working from a place of feeling like, oh, I'm this person, I don't have to do this. They're not working from that place. They're working from the place of, I want to do whatever the fuck I want to do. So I'm going to make sure that whoever I want to do it to is as pliable as I can get them to be, as easy as I can get them to be. And what I will keep saying about the T.I. and Tiny situation is that just because they didn't do it personally does not mean that they did not foster the environment continuously for the people around them to take advantage and do this to people. So even if I got drugged up, okay, let's use this as an example. Say I got drugged up with the intentions of fucking T.I. and Tiny, and then I wake up and find out that I didn't fuck them, but I fucked the security guard, and that's not what I wanted to do. Then what am I left to feel like that's my fault because this nigga who I was not looking at, did not touch, and didn't want nothing to do with, decided he wanted to take advantage of the moment when I was trying to fuck on them too? I think not. I don't think that's okay. I don't think that's cool. I don't think that's all right. I don't think at any moment that no matter what I am going through, no matter what I'm on, no matter what is happening to me, I don't think people get to take advantage of me because I am in that moment. I don't think that's okay. And not be punishable by law, not have responsibility to what they've done. No, I don't agree with that. I know. Judge Joe Brown said it was my fault. I know we talked about that at the beginning of the video. But see, now Boosie is telling us this same, and y'all, all of the shit that Boosie, Judge Joe Brown, all of the shit, Bill Cosby, all of the things that they're saying is a part of rape culture. We live in a society that is full of people who think it is okay to take from women in this way, or take from anybody in this way. Because it's not always women, like Vlad said. It can be a man. But I'm just going to say this. The issue and the difference between T.I. and Tiny is that you only have a few fake. You don't, not even a few. You have one lady that said her real name. Everybody else is anonymous and through Sabrina Peterson and that fucking lawyer. I am not running to believe anything. You know what I'm saying? Just because I also feel like y'all probably don't have no evidence against the people whatsoever if they did do that shit. And I believe in where there's smoke, there's fire. I do. I don't believe that all of them people said that and all of it is a lie. I don't believe that for a second. But looking at Bill over the course of decades and other celebrities saying it and 58 women that you can Google and find and name saying it, yeah, I think that's a little different. And I think that makes it a little bit more finite for my attitude towards him. Boosie, it's okay, baby. We understand. It's so hard for slow people to understand. But when people sexually assault women or men, or when people take, it's about power. It's about control. It's not about sex. It's not about, oh, I'm so attractive, this person is going to want me no matter what. It's not about that. It's about, I want you, and I don't give a fuck what you're talking about. I'm going to have you. That's what we're talking about. That's what's going on here, Boosie. Okay, so I just need for you to extend. I need for you to put the pipe down, okay, and just put your brain cells out there a little longer, okay. Let your brain cells regenerate long enough for you to catch this wave. If somebody did that shit to one of your daughters, I want to see how you feel about it, because you're okay with people doing it to your sons. But I would love to see how you would feel if somebody would do this to your daughter. Because you be having niggas at your house all the time when your kids are there. What if you had a friend you couldn't trust there that did something to your daughter? Then what? Then what? What you gonna say? What you gonna say? Because all of that shit blends in. I hope y'all know. All of this shit, all this rape culture shit blends in. And it's disappointing. And it's sad. Because people use sound bites like Boosie's. They use the Tory. They use Felicia Rashad. They use Bill Cosby to explain away the bad behavior that they are taking part in. And I just want to let y'all know. I just want to let y'all know. I don't support rape culture. And y'all need to stop. Y'all really do. That's my message from this video. Because that's most of what we talked about today. I'm going to look at these comments. Okay, so here, where's that comment I saw that I wanted to comment on? Here it is. Messiah Yasa said, out of 58 women, though none could convict that suspect. It's not suspect. Let me explain why. So there's this thing called the statute of limitations, because apparently when you rape someone, men decided that after a certain amount of time, they shouldn't be able to be punished for it because it happened so long ago, as if someone being raped is something that stops after 5 years. Oh, the trauma and pain and fear just stopped and went away. Yeah, that's not how any of this happens. Usually it affects people for the rest of their fucking lives in such a way that it's like a death. You killed my innocence. You killed what I held as safety in my own person. You took that from me. I mean, having somebody steal from you feels invasive as fuck, let alone somebody like penetrating you or you know, putting things in you or whatever. Yeah, y'all need to watch SVU. I don't know what y'all have been doing over these past 22 seasons, but you've been missing out on the lessons of your life, because SVU has been unteaching y'all all of this rape culture y'all have learned, and you motherfuckers are on social media promoting shit from the 60s like it's cool. Sir, Bill Cosby is smart. So Bill Cosby did things during a time period where he could get away with it. And also after that time period, he was smart enough to change how he moved so that you would not be able to convict him. It's called a statute of limitations. That's probably the only reason. And because it is so hard to prove that someone sexually assaulted you, because it's their word against yours, and society always wants to believe men. Okay? Like, are there any other things that you guys need me to clarify for you, since, you know, y'all actually missed that whole 22 seasons of SVU? Oh, we did not talk about Uzi being abusive, but you bringing it up is all I need to talk about it. Let me pull up my Instagram because I had saved it. Child, they say Boosie was out there knocking his ex-girlfriend upside the head. Okay? Pulled up on her, and then JT was quiet as fuck, huh? I was like, JT, you usually got so much to say. Your old man is out here assaulting his ex-girlfriend, and you are nowhere to be heard, bitch. What's going on? Where you at, JT? Thank you, Alexandra Girly, for the super chat. Boosie need to shut the fuck up, get some chapstick, pipe down, and stop embarrassing our whole state. Go take care of your kids and get over the butt hurt. Child, don't you know? Like, a lot of these men, I almost feel like y'all are so angry that some girl dissed the fuck out of y'all, that y'all think it's okay to treat women this way, because in your mind, it's happening to that girl that hurt your feelings. Oh my God. You're a bitch. Man up. Let me go ahead. Child, let me check and see what's with this video, because I'm probably going to get flagged. So I appreciate everybody that's been giving me super chat, because they be playing with me sometimes, y'all. Let's go ahead and share the screen. Let's share the screen. Okay, after this, I'll leave you guys. Okay, Lil Uzi Vert, you know, problematic big forehead ass little nigga. All right. So this is what had went down. It looks like more information has become available about the altercation between rapper St. John and Lil Uzi Vert. According to TMZ TV, they're reporting that St. John was at a cafe in West Hollywood with Uzi's ex-girlfriend, Brittany Bird. Okay, pictured here. when Uzi allegedly jumped out of a Cadillac Escalade and confronted him, and things reportedly got physical. TSR exclusively spoke with Brittany's manager, Brianna, to get the record straight about what really happened earlier today. And this is from back when that story came out 3 days ago. Okay. She advised that Brittany is not dating St. John and the two are only working together. Despite rumors online, if you recall, earlier this year in March, the two were spotted out in Los Angeles. Brianna explained that Brittany was having a business meeting with St. John and director James Samuel before the incident when Uzi hopped out of the car and confronted her, not Saint. And John probably jumped in front because it's like, your little bitty bitch ass pulling up on a female like that, nigga, I'll beat your little ass. That's probably what it was like. Brianna told us that Uzi started physically assaulting Brittany. This was after her manager claims that he threatened her with a gun and pointed it at her chest. After that, he allegedly punched her in the face repeatedly and proceeded to vacate the premises. I wish y'all gonna end the story right there. What you call them, jiggers? See previous post. Y'all, let me go to their website so I can see the rest of it. Because I can't stand when they cut off the story because they want you to go to their website and you go to their fucking website and you can't find the story. Okay, here it is. Wait, no, that's not it. That's another story. Young Thug tells City Girl JT, I want to be your man. Child, you need to pick one that ain't out here beating up on women like Lil Uzi Vert. Where did that pick up on? Okay, yes. After that, he allegedly punched her in the face repeatedly and proceeded to run to his car. During this incident, Brianna confirms there was no fight between Uzi and Saint. She told us that Brittany was the only one who was assaulted and said that it was ridiculous that domestic violence was overlooked when it's towards Black women. So St. John ain't even do nothing? That's what y'all trying to say? Brianna made it very clear that Brittany has had no contact with Uzi in several months. Brittany has been trying to focus on her life and career, said Brianna. We asked Brianna how Uzi found Brittany's location, and she claims he has been stalking Brittany. Uzi has been stalking Brittany since they broke up. Uzi is toxic and mentally and physically abusive. He has been for years. I mean, we've heard the way he talks to JT. I don't think that Young Miami likes him for exactly this reason. Like, I really don't think she fuck with him at all. This isn't the first time Brittany has spoken out about abuse. As we previously reported in May, Brittany shared an Instagram video seemingly calling out Uzi's current girlfriend, JT, suggesting that he was violent towards her. As of right now, Brianna can't confirm if Brittany is pressing charges against Uzi for the assault, but did advise that Brittany is currently in the hospital being examined. Okay. And, just to remind y'all, JT responded, all jokes aside, for someone who left someone, the obsession is real. Move on, be happy, live your life. Those photos were leaks, but it's cool. I'm still that bitch. Okay. She said, ho would literally die to be in my shoes with the success I have. All nigga and drip aside, I shit on your whole fake life. Homeless ass helper. How you beg a nigga for 20K the day after a pop out? What? No pride having poor ass, fake fly, showroom dressing ass bitch. Take it back. It's not yours. Bitch has nothing to show for that long pointless ass relationship. Just drip pics and text messages. You're not a baby mama, wife, noting, move on, animated grasshopper. Okay, so she said all that shit about this girl. And I think the girl was 100% right. Because I'm trying to understand JT, I need for you to explain to me, honey, what kind of strong Black woman are you to be in a relationship with a little niglet that is so worried about his ex-girlfriend that he will pop up on her during a business meeting to fight her? Girl, it sounds like he worried about her. It don't sound like she worrying about him. It sounds like he obsessed with her. It don't sound like she obsessed with him. It sounds like she had the connects and she has a manager and she's trying to get her shit together. But your old man, because he's not under you, is somewhere trying to attack her. JT, get your little niglet. JT, get your little niglet, girl. Get him. Gather him. Okay? Girl, I'm telling y'all, that's why Young Miami don't like him. And I don't think she does. I have seen, there was a video of him going off on Young Miami and JT is just sitting there and he doing all of this screaming and howling. I feel like y'all have seen that. Yeah, this happened in full view of a whole restaurant. Yes, He pulled out a gun and everything. Police were called to the scene. It was a whole situation. I think it's funny how they didn't sweep the shit under the rug. You remember that live? Yeah. You remember that live when he was on with Young Miami and JT was just sitting there all quiet and shit. That's when I figured out what was going on. I was like, oh yeah, that little nigga probably abusing her. And Young Miami do not like him, but she ain't gonna say nothing. She just gonna let her friend figure it out for herself. Like, that's what it seemed like to me. Yeah, she ain't have nothing to say. I haven't seen her comment about that yet. I thought that was funny. You won't comment about some motherfucking tweets and shit. This nigga done pulled up at a restaurant and mum's the word, bitch. Where you at, JT? Where you at, girl? You ain't got nothing to say? You ain't gonna defend him? Or you act like this didn't happen? Because if Young Miami pressed the issue, JT will choose Uzi. And that will be the biggest mistake of her fucking life. You go ahead and choose the nigga that's less popping than you and your homegirl. Go ahead and do that, because that's smart. The City Girls are more popping than Lil Uzi Vert. I don't know if y'all know that or not. I don't know if Lil Uzi Vert has a song on the charts like that, but I do know them city bitch songs. Okay, I do know my city worlds. So I personally feel like he probably using her. She's just too stupid to realize it. And I really do think that she would be making the biggest mistake of her life if she chose that nigga over her career in Young Miami. Bitch, there goes Salt and Pepper. Okay, there goes Salt and Pepper. Did you see the video of Tory Lanez talking about basically shooting Meg? Okay, wait a minute. I don't know if I heard him talking about it, but I know he was rapping over a beat. And I choose not to give that nigga too much of my time or energy because he upsets me. You know? But I think Lovely T posted and was like, well, I guess y'all done forgave him. I guess y'all done forgave him. And he's now being allowed to just say any old thing, right? Is that what's going on, child? Is that what's going on? Y'all letting him record now? Okay, he out here making music and shit now. Is that what he's doing? I guess y'all said it's okay what he did, or y'all won't argue about whether it happened or not. Hold up, y'all, because it's a beat, and I don't want them to hear. He did it to make it clap, clap, clap. So I have to, because it's to make it clap, clap, clap. He said, I don't give a fuck about your toes. I don't give a fuck about you hoes. I don't give a fuck about your pedicures, manicures. He said, I don't give a fuck about your toes. That nigga definitely shot that girl in the feet. And y'all are still arguing with us about whether it happened or not. And he just basically got on camera and admitted it. Yet I can remember so many of y'all saying that he didn't do it. Even though he had gunpowder residue on his hands, it was his gun and her feet had bullet wound fragments and all of that. But everybody wanted to act like it was a lie and it was a conspiracy and they trying to fuck over Tory Lanez and he didn't do it. And he is literally in the studio saying he don't give a fuck about her feet. Do you really think somebody would say that if they did not do it? Yeah, something is wrong. Something is wrong with society, y'all. Something is wrong with the world we live in. I hate it here, but don't remove me yet. I hate it here, but don't remove me. I am trying to shine a light. I love when they stupid enough to tell on themselves. I mean, honestly, I really hope that they're able to use this against him in some way. It's a song. It's a song. Wait, hold on. Somebody said it's a song. S White, what you saying? It's a song. What that mean? What that mean? Because he did a whole album where he talked about the shooting situation. So because of the song, does that mean that we're not supposed to put any weight in it? Because he did a whole album where he talked about this shit too. So I don't know. Seems like people put real shit in songs all the time. All that 2 + 2 = Bluefish. I can't take how these folks take up for these abusive ASNs like Tory and Uzi. Child, they take up for anybody that is abusive to women. Anybody. You can do anything to women out here, and people will be like, that's my dog. Anybody got anything to say, you let me know that's my dog. Like, that's how they be feeling. That's unfortunate because people don't even really be knowing them. And they be in the comments capping hard, which I feel like tells me more about you as a person than anything. You know what I'm saying? They got proof and won't convict. Watch. Child, I mean, you know what's funny to me is that a whole bunch of black people love to say shit like, oh, if you wasn't convicted, then it didn't happen. Child, tell that to all my ancestors. Child, tell that to my ancestors. I mean, R. Kelly is a prime example. They had actual VHS tape of this nigga fucking and pissing on 14-year-old girls. And yet, guess what happened? He got away with it. We had to decide because of a fucking documentary that enough was enough. Even with physical, like they had physical proof. And that still wasn't enough. So that's why I need y'all to stop looking for all of the clues like you a fucking detective and back away and look at the full picture for a second and stop being stupid. Stop being stupid. Okay? Because there are a lot of y'all that was looking for a reason to break that story apart. And this nigga is actually in the studio giggling and laughing, talking about fuck your toes. Who says that unless you trying to laugh at the fact that I got away with shooting that bitch in the toes? Keisha, I had to get it off my chest though. I had to get all of this off my chest. George Zimmerman wasn't convicted, but we know that happened. Tulsa. Slavery. I can list a whole bunch of things that nobody was convicted of. Did that mean that they did not happen? Because I tell you, my ancestors don't feel that way. My ancestors feel like something absolutely happened. Child. Y'all can say what y'all want to, but I'm a black woman, so I'm for the black women. And I'm always going to give us the benefit of the doubt over anybody, including black men. Because y'all are men, and y'all do fucked up shit. And then y'all want us to like champion y'all so y'all can get away with doing so. Child. Nobody was talking about you, Messiah. Yeah, Muyasa, you're telling on yourself. I didn't say you, but I did have a conversation with somebody online that called themselves the king of crunk or some shit like that on Instagram. And he actually verbalized to me that, and then another young woman verbalized to me as well, that because they were not convicted, it did not happen. And then I be reading some of the comments on that Judge Joe Brown shit, and I was like, nigga, I'm confused. I need to go back and read this article again, because telling on the comments, y'all would make people think that Bill Cosby never did anything to anybody, and there's no proof whatsoever, and he never said any of that. He didn't say that. Yes, the fuck he did. Child, today has been exhausting, but I'm glad, and I needed to get that off my chest. Okay, and I also want to say that just because you don't have proof of something doesn't mean that people didn't do it. Like, for instance, there's no proof that there are a whole bunch of rape babies out there, but we know they happened. My ancestors yet again. My ancestors yet again. But you know, DNA is the real proof, not just the fact that you come up light skinned, you know. Child. Ooh, child, I want to time your dumb ass out. Your lucky mindy is entertaining your simple ass. I'm about to go. I ain't even got time for this shit. Child, Joe Brown attempted to rationalize Hitler and the Nazis. Oh, Lord. Somebody take his mic. Somebody take his mic. Somebody take his mic. I'm done, y'all. I've been on here for an hour and 13 minutes. Y'all know I love y'all. But I had to go ahead and get this shit off my chest, and we had to talk about it today. Hopefully I can come to y'all with less fucked up topics. But if you want to laugh at something and you don't want it to be all this heavy shit, then please do me a favor. Hold up, y'all. I gotta see, because she balking, but I you know, she balking. Oh, that's probably because he didn't went and got in the mud. All right, y'all. I'm gonna go, but don't y'all forget tonight we're gonna be on Jamie That's Me's channel with Anila, and then Thursday we're gonna be on Jaylee's Corner with Ashley. So y'all don't forget to come through and see us, because it's gonna be a good time. And even if y'all listen, I enjoy my girls so much that it don't even fucking matter. Like, we gonna have fun, and y'all can just come watch us do that. Thank you, Sean Bay, for the super chat. They love to use women as shields, then throw us away when it's convenient. I'm for the women's. And I'm fighting for us, and I'm gonna stand by us. But at the same time, ma'am, even if you are a black lady, if you do something fucked up, I'm gonna read your ass too. Okay, Felicia Rashad? I don't care how much you look like my beautiful mother. I will read the shit out of you too. Which I did. Catch the playback. Love y'all. See y'all in the next one. Or tonight.